And on top of each and everything, he's a very soft heart. Even perhaps with this, you won't be able to hear him. He's such a soft heart. Dean has been recognized at the federal level by Honorable Philip Craddock for his services to society, and with reference to interfaith and interfaith dialogue. Ladies and gentlemen, please be generous to meet both of your hands to welcome Dean Sahu Khan.
I'm a bit taller than you. Thank you. No, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Ali, Ali, Mr. MC, and of course the ambassadors from the different embassies, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we had Auntie Ruth Bell said that she was left in the oven for too long. But I think you have to remind yourself, particularly sitting in a restaurant, is that a lot of people like things very well done. As the chairperson of the Interfaith Forum, I would like to thank the Forum Australia for inviting us to this occasion. And of course, not only the opportunity to speak, but to meet and learn. As people of faith, we acknowledge and honor the indigenous nations and their elders on whose lands we meet. I think the best way to start this, my talk, would be to remind ourselves of what King Abdullah of Jordan, he said at one of the World Interfaith Harmony Week at the United Nations General Assembly in New York. He said, and it is so relevant and so important, it is essential to resist forces of division that spread misunderstanding and mistrust, especially amongst people of different religions. The fact is, humanity everywhere is bound together, not only by mutual interest, but by shared commandments to love God and neighbor, to love the good and the neighbor. Unfortunately, or rather regrettably, religion has become or is used as a source of all conflict and animosity amongst each other. Prejudice is not helping us in coming to terms with the purpose of any religion. Prejudice is such a deadly disease, and unless cured, it will just keep on spreading till it destroys the whole nation. You cannot or should not look at a person with prejudice, judge the person by his or her deeds, never judge a person by his religion. Most, if not all, the prejudice is because of ignorance and of each other's beliefs. The basis of interfaith harmony, which is the theme of the forum, stems from humanity, which is love of God and love of the neighbor. Or as I said, love of the good and love of the neighbor. And the most imperatives of all religions, convictions and beliefs are or should be a call for peace, tolerance, doing good to each other, and mutual understanding. No religion teaches anything other than love, peace, and mercy. So you start questioning, if every religion teaches exactly that, why is there still so much animosity and so much differences? And that takes me to the criteria of lot of dissension. And that arises mainly out of misconceptions and ignorance of each other's faith. Ignorance of each other's faiths and beliefs need to be removed. Peace and harmony are achievable. It is not impossible. They are achievable and protected best when people are prepared to listen to each other, learn from each other, each other's spiritual concepts, and that is done with respect. Canberra Interfaith Forum, of which I am the president, objectives are to remove and achieve exactly all of that. Mutual understanding, as I said, and inter-religious dialogue, that constitute important dimensions of a culture of peace and harmony. There has to be an organization, which is Canberra Interfaith Forum is one of them, comprising of people of different religions, of different faiths, finding a forum, a place where you can meet and talk. And that is what Canberra Interfaith Forum is about. It encourages to support each other and to spread the message of interfaith harmony and goodwill in all the churches, the mosques, the gurdwaras, the temples, every institution. That is the whole idea. And religions of faith are meant to bring everybody together. They are to bring harmony, love and compassion towards each other, to understand each other, to look after each other, to take care of each other. And the CIF, Canberra Interfaith Forum, like I said, is there for that very purpose, or those purposes. It's not a political organization. It's not a social club. And that is the important thing. It is an organization for the very purpose to bring peace and harmony together. All human beings, and this is the starting point, we must realize all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. And they are endowed with the reason and conscience, and they should act with each other with the spirit of brotherhood. Article 1, that is the Article 1 of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. And human dignity, as we know, should not know any borders. There should not be any borders. And the Canberra Interfaith Forum, it consists of 12 different faith groups and even people with no faith. And that is important as well. For example, we have the Baha'i, the Buddhists, the Brahma Kumaris, the Christians, the Hindus, the indigenous, Jewish, Islam, not Jewish Islam, but Jewish.
Good combination, it's a continuation anyway.
And pagans, we have them, we have the Sikhs, we have Satya Sai, we have Sukyo Makari, and we meet every third Tuesday at the Canberra Multicultural Centre. And of course, our aim and vision, is to encourage people working in harmony, respecting all cultures, races and spiritual traditions. Our purpose is to enable open exchange, dialogue and cooperation. The objectives are to promote open conversation, to deepen knowledge, because everything arises out of ignorance, remember I said at the outset. So it is to demonstrate a loving and effective relationship, to share the deeper spiritual insights and values in the community, to uphold and respect the right of all human beings, to promote cooperation and to disseminate information about each other's faith. Now, one has to understand that we have to maintain your own dignity. At the same time, you contribute towards the common good. Be true to your faith while being a blessing to each other. So you can have both. It is not so much as sort of just confining yourself to. You can be a good Hindu, you can be a good Muslim, a good Jew. You can do all that, but at least at the same time, you must understand to know to be good to each other. A nation should respect its faith, and this is where we come to, I suppose, what has been done politically. A nation should respect the faith, and the people should respect the nation. It works both ways. And of course, sadly, like a couple of weeks ago, we had all sorts of comments being made. Whilst we know that the people say words which heal, but we also have words like arrows. And of course, hateful thoughts can lead to hateful words. And of course, hateful words in turn can lead to all sorts of disasters. We have four main institutions. We have the technology, we have the science, we have the liberal democratic state. We have all of this. But unfortunately, none of them address the issue of spirituality. And so, which means that that's the burden, the onus is on us to attend that, because that's not been done by the state. There is no legislation which says be merciful to each other. And even if it did, whether that's going to be effective or not is another matter. Now, to ensure, we need to respect each other. You know, they talk about tolerance. We read it the other day, and Sister Diana was also there. And then I said, tolerance is not enough. You must respect each other. And I gave an example of a couple, a married couple. They can tolerate each other, but if they don't have respect for each other, what kind of relationship would that be? So that's a very important aspect of it. And of course, it has been said that there shall be no peace among nations until there is peace among religions. And that's so important for us to understand. An interfaith dialogue, which is an effective means of communication between religions, getting to understand each other, building trust and confidence among people of different faiths. Through trust and respect, people will be willing to cooperate sincerely for the safety of mankind. And these are the values which the Canberra Interfaith Forum needs to achieve. Before leaving and thanking everybody, I just have to leave with this light note, and please take this in the context that I'm giving, since our auntie had started up talking about colors. And it reminded me of a joke of a Sudanese bloke. He's of course dark in appearance, and somebody called him a colored man, and he said to him, we're born black, we stay black throughout. You're born white, and then later on you go and get tanned so that you want to become brown, and then when you get angry, you become red. And then when you die, you become blue, and you have the audacity to call me colored. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always good to leave the dais with a kind of lighter thing, and that's what Dean has done. I think that Dean is right in one thing, that when we were at the One Canberra Forum the other day, three things, and it's nothing new, three things which came out in the discussion were ignorance, and number two, strongly we discussed the narrative high at the top in terms of politics, and narrative mutual among groups in some places in Australia. And the carry on sentence for me from Dean Sahu is that words are strong. Words can heal and words can hurt. So option is that we use the words which can heal rather than hurting someone.